it's just so literally you can go to the working 9 to 5 here is spectacular and strong. Like Rwanda is. Hi everyone, this is Jay Essence, and I know I keep saying how excited I am to have these interviews, but you don't even understand. I know I'm with someone who's innovative, thinks out the box, and I think one thing about thinking out the box, he has taken his artistry into architecture and started building homes and buildings all around Rwanda, and I'm so glad to spend this time with him. Introduce yourself to everyone, please.
Thank you. My name is Johnson Vigui. I'm a designer, and I also lead a company called FDG. That stands for Futuristic Design Group.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to let you know now, we are going to take a tour around your most recent property. But first, one reason why you really stand out in Rwanda is just you look at things with a different eye.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
Basically what I do is I try to respect the nature. I try to merge structure with the environment. I try to see, if I come to a hill, and you know how Rwanda has beautiful hills.
So many.
Yeah, then I come around, I don't just cut it. That is obviously done by many. What we do, we don't cut it, we just build along so that the building is going to feel like it belongs to that environment. So what I don't come around and then move all the soil and place a building there. I try to insert the building into the property. By doing that also, I try to create livable spaces that are comfortable, with nice openings, like large openings, and try to avoid as much corridors. Make sure that there is a free flow in the building.
I like that you said free flow.
Yeah.
Because, and like I said, we're going to go around.
Yes.
But the way that the house is does seem like just a easy movement, easy motion.
Yes.
And even when you talk about the nature, just the leveling and the placement of everything is in harmony.
Yeah, usually a house that is designed, it's not like a house that isn't.
Okay.
Yeah, so a house that is designed, everything is done purposely. So you purposely create a life inside of that building. So you create a life that, first of all, it has to come from a brief of the client. So a client comes, what I try to do, I try to extract all the information that I need so that I can create a space that is designed for them. So what I do, I try to understand their life, then translate it into a structure. Yeah.
Well, and I'm sorry about this technology issues today, but I like that because the issue that I see or hear is that you are putting your client first. Yeah. And I think a lot of times when people create something, they want to create the vision, and they want people to come into the vision and understand it. And you're saying, no, let me know you. Yeah. Let me learn you.
Yeah.
And even if you don't, what I do see here in this house, and I don't know if you built this for a client, but I see the practicality of it. Yeah. Like I automatically came in and was like, oh, if I came in from work, I would go here, or we would move here. And there's a lot of different little spaces. Yeah. Which also caused, I think you told me a little bit, people used to call you crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where I worked after graduating from university in Kenya. I worked in Nairobi, and I was working with senior architects. Of course, you do understand that a mind of a young person with other people who have been in the profession for a while. So it was like there is there's a certain way that design has been done. There's a process that it was taking.
Check these boxes.
Yes,
like.
yes, yeah. So when I came around, I started to challenge it, and it started to be like, why can't we try this? They like small openings. Obviously, for the reason of security, it's much more to secure a small opening than a large opening. So you find that I'm always like, why can't we try this? And then everyone is like, oh man, you're crazy. Why can't you just stick to what we do here? And things started to become uncomfortable, and I started to feel like I'm no longer breathing here. I feel like I'm almost being suffocated and choked. I feel like my creativity or things that I think I'm able to do are not being free to be expressed or to be seen. So I started to figure out how to free myself.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's when I started FDG. Basically, I started it as an interior design firm. Yeah. I wanted to create. I wanted that from the main farm where I was working, I could, since we were just doing basic architecture outside and basic inside, I started to customize interior for clients. Some of them I did it even for free.
Oh.
Yeah, so that at least they decide to get this feel, even if they cannot have it like on the main building, but they can still have it inside
and have that understanding.
Yeah. So I started this interior design kind of ideas. I started to inject it into all the projects that were being done in the office. Sometimes I could do it like in my spare time after work. I go home, I sit on my laptop, I start to craft like the interior. I come back tomorrow, I present to the client like the whole project. But I tell the client, I also have something inside. Can do you want to see what I'm thinking about the interior? They say, yeah, come on, show me, let me see. Then it started to work. I started to get some projects, a few projects even outside of the office. So I started to see that actually my ideas weren't bad, since some few people had started to embrace it.
Real quick, how did that feel? Because before you were like stifled and you were suffocating.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to get that validation. How did that make you feel?
It's you create a sense of worth.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, it creates a sense of you see that it's like the first intention is not that they recognize me, but that the first intention is that I'm able to help them. If they what I have done, it becomes helpful, then it comes back to me. I start to feel like this is an accomplishment I have accomplished, and I start to feel like my life is being used in a right way.
Wow. Okay, so I did interrupt you. So we were talking about how you were showing clients now the interior design pieces, and they started to like it. What happens next?
Okay, of course, he started to drag me. It was like, let me try and see how it goes. Let me continue in this direction and see. So I think it was in 2013, somewhere like in December. We were in a wedding of my friend. Then one of my colleague, he asked me, but do you ever does the idea like of going back home ever cross your mind? I'm like, man, are you pushing me out or? So I went back home. I started to ask myself the same question: should I remain here or I go back home? I didn't know much to expect here because even the profession in this country was, I don't think it was something that people understood.
Right.
Since we didn't even have that course here in university. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So this is really more groundbreaking, the things that you're doing, because you're coming in and we kind of talked about that if you kind of look, the structures of houses all kind of play a same role, except for the ones that we built in more recent years.
Yeah.
So so now you're like, okay, do I come back to a place that doesn't really understand my creative mind and understanding?
So I started to understand what it will take me.
Yeah.
First, I will need to teach people.
Oh, okay. Keep going. Yes, you came with a plan. You came with a structure. Yes, mister.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. That's why I started to like post the things on my social media platforms. I started to teach people.
Okay.
I started to show people, to make so that they can make sense out of everything. I started to write things like, why do you need to build a house of 8 bedrooms?
Yes.
When actually maybe it's you, your wife, and then maybe 4 kids. I started to predict what might happen to those big houses. It has started to happen. Some of them were turned into cafeterias, restaurants, some other things, lodge. That was not it wasn't designed to be that.
Right.
But because they started to, a house needs maintenance. It needs
yes.
Yeah, you need to maintain the
right.
house.
Even though you have a house, you still
water.
treat it a certain way.
Yeah. So if you have 8 bedrooms,
yep.
Of course that's a big burden, and you're not using all the rooms. So you find that some rooms are like a ghost.
Right. Or I would say, and I've seen this out here, that you have such big areas and big rooms, but you didn't use the light in your favor. So you have a gorgeous space, and there's no light coming in because it was built just for housing. It wasn't built for views. It wasn't built for that practicality. So you come in and you're looking at that and you're saying, I have to train people first. I have to kind of open that mindset and build that within. And you built that within your company?
Yeah. Oh, okay. What I did first, I came with the idea of FDG. I started working solo in my small office near Gisozi. There's a place called Gachiro.
Yes.
That's where like you find most of the these carpenters.
I've seen it. Yes, I've been out there. Yes.
Hardwares. Yeah. So I started to teach people. I started to show them, how things that they should value. Like having a free flow space, views. I started to try to light, to clarify, or to show that they need to go through their project and design it the way they want to live. Let's say if they have like just 4 kids, maybe they have 2 girls and maybe 2 boys, or 3 girls and 1 boy. So it's easy that they can easily craft a room for the girls and for the boy. So I tried to take through the project that to the point that they can understand even how much they're going to spend on it. Then they start to tell me, if that's how much, how can we still keep that lifestyle, but bring it a little more in our budget. So I started to teach and show them that they can. Having a beautiful thing doesn't mean it's expensive. The only thing that is expensive is the idea. You need to create an idea first of how you want to live. Then slow by slow, I set that office. I started to get interns from university, of course, training them, but also working on the projects, helping me. Then I came to meet these two crazy engineers.
There were two crazy
Yeah.
engineers.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Those guys, they believed because already I had started to gain momentum, and things had started to move. So they were called to design a house at Kachiru, but their engineers, they needed an architect, they needed a designer. So we came together. They told me the brief. I went also saw the client. Then what I did, I started to craft the idea. Previously, the project has been designed by other Italian people, and the client was not convinced yet. Yeah, so he wanted to give it a shot with us, so that he can also see what we have. Then, luckily enough, when the design was out, he was like, "Oh, you guys, can you do this? Can you build it?" We were like, "Yes, we can build it.
We will build it."
Then the guy was like, "Oh man, so if you can build this, now how long are you going to do that?" We said we are going to have 6 months. He was like, "Oh, 6 months? That's pretty quick. How about we start next week?" So the other guys, we didn't even have a construction permit.
Oh, wow.
And the other guys were working on a structure, because it was a really complicated project, compared to what they were doing before. It was it included, you see, this one that doesn't have columns. It is cantilevered. It comes outside, but it is not, the support is not visual. You can't see it.
Okay.
It is hidden in the ceiling. Yeah, it's the structure, the concrete structure is inside the ceiling. So the guys were they could come to my office, for architecture ideas and details. I could also go to their offices for engineering or structural details. Then we started to see this movement of going and back and forth. We were like, man, what if we sit together and create something that we can both put together our strength and come together and create something that is going to be big. So that's how FDG
just all came together.
Yeah, that's how FDG Rwanda was born, actually.
Well, and we talked about this a little bit, and I was going to say in the best way. So being in Rwanda, what has that done for you, and what has that done for the company?
Nice. It's it's an emotional, it's an emotional experience. Rwanda has been nice to us, but also in Rwanda we have been able to work very hard.
Yes.
Because when I came with the plan of building FDG, I knew it was going to be very hard. That's why I started to teach people. Then people started to trust us. Then they gave us a chance. So giving us a chance, they gave a chance to ideas that we had. Then we started to design one home after another. Our team grew. We started to express our ideas. I'm telling you that it's only in Rwanda that I was able to fully exploit my capacity as a designer.
Say it, yes.
Yeah, it's because the frameworks already, as we have taught people, they started to realize that there is a good way things can be done. Then they trusted us. Then what happened was that we never stopped there. We continued to improve, so that we can keep
just going, going, trying, building, creating. You just kept moving. And then I wanted to say, I do feel like Rwanda has a very special place for people, because we started earlier, they thought you were crazy. But you just said, I needed the space to show what I can do and what I can be.
And the Rwanda gave us that platform. And it's this is not it's not my experience only. This is an experience of some other young people I meet in tech, some people I meet in agriculture, people I meet in other business areas. Everyone can testify that Rwanda has given them a platform to to create things. You see, like our country, it has most professions here are still growing. The economy is growing.
Yes, it is.
And the country has a large vision, and it wants to go there, and it will be taken there by people.
Yes.
Yeah. So Rwanda opened up for the people with ideas. Yeah. It gave them a platform, security. It gave them a platform. A peaceful environment.
Yes.
Where you can transact businesses. It's easy to open a business in Rwanda.
Yeah.
But you need to be smart and get very much creative, because Rwanda is very much competitive. It's competitive. But I meet many people in this country that has been able to blossom, to grow, because they are in an environment like Rwanda.
And that's why I think there's such a relief, even talking to you and you're smiling, and even when I met you, I was like, hey, and you're hey, because we talk about that being stifled.
Yeah.
And it's like you get stuck into the same thing and you're doing it over and over, where as long as you have the space to create, that's that passion, that's that burden, like you want to do more things and try more things. And we talked about, how you had the purpose, like the flowers and just the landscaping, and everything that you've done is so thought out, but you have that space, and I would say the terrain to be creative, because Rwanda is a very creative feel. Like there's hills and rocks everywhere. So it's not just about you building, it's about you having to problem solve, to create, and to just overcome challenges.
I believe that's the whole point. Every person is designed, or is we are all designed to solve problems. Some will choose to run away from it. Others will choose to see it, face it, and solve it. Because the more you solve problems, the more you start to become stronger, and the more your horizon starts to get higher. So if you haven't learned how to solve problems, you can't see things in the way that people that have learned to solve it see things. Like as I told you, I started as a solo career. I started to include other people. Myself, I didn't have a salary. Even for the other guys that were working together, none of us had a salary for almost like 8 months. Yeah, it was really harsh. It was really harsh. But what we did, we sat down. We understood that if we are to do this, we have to understand that we can go through some crazy things, but still be able to maintain and keep our vision.
And I want to say that real quick. It's not easy. While we're happy where we are, you still have to maintain. You still have to try. You still have to sacrifice, because it's not easy. But it took all of that, and now you're here.
But you can't imagine. It's all about. People think that when you graduate from school, you start working. But you see, like life is also about graduation. You graduate, and in that graduation, it's about solving problems. Like if I was able to solve, from being salarieless to where now I had, let's say, like 300,000 per month coming. And at that time, at least I was able to solve from being
Being nothing.
yeah. Now at least I have something. Now I need to see, can I take myself to the next level? Can I take the income of the company to the next level?
Yes, and that's a big one.
Yeah, now I have to see it not like in the with the perspective of bringing the money, but what can I be doing outside there
Right.
so that it can help people?
That is a key thing, and I was going to say that too,
Yeah.
because when you get to that level, it's not just about bringing your money. You are responsible for people's
Yeah.
livelihoods.
Yeah.
So you have to think, what do I do? What can I do to keep the people underneath me working, happy,
Yeah.
able to do all the things that I'm trying to dream about doing?
Yeah, yeah. Even like for first thing I have to look at my profession not as like this vessel of getting rich, but it is through it or my medium to serve the community or the
Yes.
society.
Yes.
So I look at that, then I'm like, if I can serve more people, the more income that will come to the
That's the
company.
way. That's
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
to really look at it. I am so just enthralled with our conversation, but we're going to have to cut it short only because we're going to actually do a tour, and you're going to talk us through some of the concepts
Yeah.
that you had around building.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to just be about us sitting here talking. Let's see it, because you guys don't understand even just sitting here and being in this space.
Yeah.
I feel the energy.
Yeah.
I feel the happiness. I
Yeah.
feel the flow, like you were talking before, the flow.
Yeah.
And it's not, I feel like the house is part of the terrain. It's part of the country. It's
Yeah,
part of the world.
definitely.
It's its own space.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. And then we're gonna walk around.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna start from the outside where you just come in and park.
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, this is the parking. What we do, we try to keep the slope the way we found it. So we try to play with the grades. So like if this part is a bit up, it's on the road, you just come in and park, you reverse and go. You can either take this entrance from here. This is for the people that live in the house. They can come and pass through here, pass through this entrance.
So really
Yeah,
not
pretty
like
much.
a lot of walking, like you said, just come straight in.
Yeah, it's like you just come from the parking. Immediately you can get in the house, but there is also another entrance when you come with visitors. You just pass by this side.
And then I'm gonna go this way real quick to show you the landscaping that we talked about, just the difference
Yes.
of the flowers.
Yeah.
But this is a different entrance altogether.
Yes, this is just for the visitors. You know, the people that you don't want to give too much of your inside. You know, they pass by here. From here, you see that it's looking at this facade. You might think that it's not. It's a single story,
Right.
but you go down.
Which is really such a good thing, because people driving by
Yeah.
really don't see into the house.
Yeah,
They
many-
don't see any of those things.
Basically, what we want to do is, this is a residential home. It has to be private. So most of those activities that are family oriented, they are in the back. So we keep, like people will be playing here, kids will be playing in the back, but you won't see them. You will pass by the road, you won't know what is happening here. Maybe people are having lunch here, but you can't see it from the road.
You ain't gonna see me in my little bikini
Yeah,
outfit, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Trying to
yeah.
shake it off for the whole world.
You can-
My bikininess stays private.
From the road you can't see much. So it's because this is a residential home. But now coming here in the back, you can see that it's the facade is it's glass. It has you see that it has like large openings. The openings here, it's for the views, for the light, for the natural light.
And we're gonna go ahead and walk in this one, and this is actually
this is a 1 bedroom.
1 bedroom, so it will be a perfect guest.
Yeah, this is for the guest actually. And from here, do you see how you see the swimming pool?
Okay.
Imagine sleeping, like you are sleeping here, staying in the swimming pool. It feels like, it feels like you are sleeping somewhere. Let's say like on the beach. It brings you close to the environment,
right,
outside. And now with the large opening, you feel like you are connected with the outside. So this is it's in suite. That's the bathroom.
And then this is what we're talking about with the natural, like pulling the wood and like that gray marbleish together and keeping that theme together.
Yeah, and the stones.
Oh yeah, and the stones, which is a really beautiful use.
Yeah.
And it's not an overuse. It's not all. It's perfect accents.
Yeah. And trying to keep it very simple. Yeah.
And then it's so simple because when you come out, like I said, I love this. Guess what? Once again, another accent with the stone.
Yeah, so this wall actually is a structural wall. This is a retaining wall.
Oh, wow.
Outside, it retains the soil from the park. Actually, this is where, like, the parking is retained by this wall. But inside here, it is a wall in the bedroom. So, it is playing 2 parts.
I see. So practicality, once again, planning and making things
and decoration also.
Purposeful. And then we're walking.
Yeah. Then we come back in the and this is the kitchen. This is where the kitchen is going to be installed.
Right. This is where the kitchen will be.
Yes. This is where the kitchen is going to be installed.
And it's an open concept kitchen.
Yes, it's an open concept with a counter here. We are going to have a nice counter here.
And then just real quick, once again with practicality, this is the door that goes out to the quarters, correct?
Yes.
So just very easy access for all of that.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that out here, it's just bringing groceries in.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that is sometimes a struggle depending on the layout of the home.
Yeah, you see, like in Rwanda, most people use house helps, but you can't have like a house help. Sometimes you can't have them cooking inside.
Right.
Like this open plan concept. So you need like a closer kitchen outside. But it can't be far. It can't be far from the other one. So from here, we just came and created this is a space where we're going to have the outside kitchen.
Barbecue!
Yeah, and now that flows. This is where we're going to have like the drying area. Yeah, like
and once again, very private, very
it's
private.
very much private. You see,
and there's not even like any, so you don't
there's no
see
window here.
I'm not gonna see your drawers.
Yeah. You can't see nothing here because this wall it's a plain wall. You can't see any opening here. Because there's nothing here to be seen. Yeah.
This is, once again, because that's one of the things that if you go to certain places, the view is actually the cleaning supplies or where you're supposed to be drying your clothes or washing. And then we have the living room here.
Yeah, that's the.
Or I say sitting room because it goes straight out to the patio.
Yeah. Now look from the sitting room. Imagine you're sitting in this sitting room. You know your TV is there, but also that's a TV wall.
Just put it in that concept right there.
Yeah. It's in an enclosure. We try to put it inside. And now imagine you are sitting in this sitting room, then you see the swimming pool, and you have seen that the swimming pool is an infinity swimming pool, so it means it can overflow. It can create a certain sound.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So imagine now seated in the sitting room, and you are like that sound, and no one, like from the road. No one will ever know that those things are happening here.
Because I can say right now, even from the road, I'm not hearing the road.
Yeah.
Because that road is so pushed back, and everything here is here.
Yeah, and you can't do that. You can't really achieve that until you have learned to follow the topography, to follow the terrain. So, because by following the terrain, you are not contradicting the nature. So what is on the road remains on the road. What is in the back remains in the back. And we try to give the views where there is, in the front. Yeah.
So we talked about the level, so we're gonna go upstairs.
Yeah.
But technically, if you come in from the parking lot,
Yes.
you're still on that level.
Yes.
So you can come from work and go straight to bed.
Yes.
If you wanted to.
Yeah. Actually, you have like double entrances.
Mm-hmm.
There's one on the side. There's another one that is main that goes directly to inside. So the one that goes inside. Basically, it gets to a foyer where you can either go to bedrooms or you come down.
Well, we're gonna go check it out.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're going up the stairs.
Yeah.
And once again, we talk about the wood blending in, and we have the stone wall. And I really like, once again, the colors are not they're not contradicting.
Yeah, it's like we try to also use like locally available materials like these stones. We just get the stones, cut them, and arrange them to create these patterns. And this one, you can see that these ones work well with white.
Right, and then one thing, because I'm going to be the woman, I am. Look at all this wall space to put up pictures. Yes, the murals. Yes, get me to shopping, baby. Get me shopping.
Yeah. Imagine having like a large painting here.
The beauty.
That's the beauty of making like walls white. Because on white walls you are free to create whatever you want with your wall. Yep.
All right, where are we going first?
Okay.
Let's go quick and look from this side.
This is the entrance.
So this is the actual entrance piece here. Which, once again, we talked about this door.
Yes.
Is such a creative.
Very, very, very. It's such a. It's such a large door, but also it gives a sense of, it's unique. Yeah.
It's just, once again, unique, it's different.
Yeah.
And we were talking about just changing how innovative you are.
Yeah.
Is changing how carpentry and everything's happening now in Rwanda, because there's a call for more.
Yeah, you see, like designers have to push other industries, because like this one was done by one welder here in Rwanda. But I'm so much sure that next time he's not going to be asking me too much details, because he has worked on one.
Right. And I think one thing about pushing creativity or trying is that you open up the spark in other people.
Yeah.
And so people start creating and coming up with their own ideas.
Definitely.
And it just keeps trickling. So, do we go master bedroom or do we go to the share?
Okay,
let's go share. We're gonna save the master to the end.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So this is the office. This is where we are going to arrange the office.
Yes.
And the views, of course, of the outside.
Yes, beautiful view
so
right there.
He keeps the views from the road
And you can see what's going on.
Yes. Because this is an office.
And
needs to be alert.
Even with the gate, it's like you can see out, but it's not easy to see in. So
yes. So from there, we can go. This is one bedroom. You see how the bedroom has the views. The views are breathtaking.
Yes.
It's pretty much like, it feels like, it feels like you are inside, but again, it feels like you are outside.
And once again, and this is why the levels were important, because there's a lot of new building, and you can kind of see it out there, but people are coming in with multiple levels.
Yeah.
So if you leave your views just to be on the bottom level, sometimes you lose it.
Yeah.
And you have to be very strategic about the building spaces so you can keep the pretty parts.
Yeah, because the value of a house comes in many different ways, but the views is one of them. Yeah. So people might tell you, we're selling this house at a certain amount, but you look at that house, you don't see the value. But if you come to a house and you see these views, how much can you buy these views?
All right, so this is one of the bedrooms. bedrooms.
Yeah, that's one of the bedrooms.
Okay.
I think the other one is being used. Let's just.
Okay, so the other bedroom, I'm just gonna sneak it real quick, it's pretty much the same concept, but it is being worked on right now. And then we're coming into the what?
Yeah, this is now this is a shared bathroom for the two bedrooms. Yeah, this one is yeah, toilet seat bathroom. Yeah,
And once again, it's the same flow and theme throughout
yes,
that house.
very much simple, and we try as much. We put tiles where needed, not like filling the whole room with tiles.
No.
Yeah, we try to put tiles where needed. Yeah, and it works.
So, and then like this once again will be all of.
Yeah, this is for the vanity. Yeah, that's for the vanity.
But it's the space of just being in that shared bathroom, it's not congested.
Yeah, it's a free space. You can it's breathing. You can feel that it has. Now we run to the master bedroom.
Oh, the master
Yes.
bedroom is coming.
Yeah. So from the master bedroom, now like getting in this corner. Now
We're following.
from here.
Yes.
Now this is the master bedroom.
Okay, master bedroom, all of this.
Yeah. So you come in the master bedroom. Before you get to the master bedroom, there is a walk-in closet.
Walk in. Okay, so you have heard that's walk-in closet.
Yes. So
Which we would also say and talk, it's not common or popular out, I would even say in like countries in this atmosphere, because when I was in Dubai,
yeah,
it was always about closets in
in the bedroom.
bedroom.
Yeah, it creates chaos in the bedroom. But you see, when you have a room that is specifically designed for clothes, shoes, and other items, the bedroom becomes a sleeping space.
Yes, and now I gotta be my female. I want y'all to pay attention to how much area is here for the clothes. And just
Yeah.
keep walking,
You see,
keep walking.
It's real big. We have like one here, there's another one here.
Look at all, I can run a track mile right here, baby. This is, woo! And even the lights that are Reese's input. This, yes.
Yes, there is also like, it's fun. There's also music. Yeah, you can, you can.
Music. Ooh. We're gonna have to talk later. There it is.
Yeah.
That's the speaker.
Yeah, that's the speaker.
I need something to greet me when I come in.
Yeah.
Hello.
So yeah. Yeah, so
Alright,
this
now
is the master bathroom.
Bathroom.
Yeah, the master bathroom with a tub, a toilet on this side, a shower. Then we have, this is where we're going to have like a nice vanity here. Yeah. this is
And
where-
once you get in the space, just the spacing of everything.
Yeah, it's pretty much like it's open and it has life. And you can see that it also has light. It has much light.
So, and that's a good point. The fact that we've been doing all of this filming and we have not turned on one light.
Yeah.
It's all naturally lit.
Yeah.
And that's part of the white, that's the placement of the windows.
Now we get to the master bedroom.
Y'all not ready.
Yes. Now you see, look how the master bedroom is so. Look the opening. It's open.
This is a master bedroom. You keep
Yes.
the kids out. The kids don't come in here.
Yeah.
Don't come in here messing up my good space.
So you see how, from the master bedroom, it's like you have the view of like the whole neighborhood.
And then we'll walk outside on the patio.
Yeah.
That's another creative thing that was done.
So you can come and sit here in front of the master bedroom. Yeah, then, but also you can also have a garden here, like the flower pots on the top
Yeah,
here.
even just your herbs or whatever else like that.
You can
Yes.
have an umbrella on top here, something. And the best part is that also it's
all
reachable.
connectable.
Yeah, it's reachable. From those bedrooms you can come right here. Yeah.
And even from the outside.
Yeah, even from the outside, you can come from the outside straight, you open the other door here, you come here and look at the views. Imagine, like standing here, you look at those panoramic views, but also you can see the swimming pool down here. You know.
So I want to just say officially, like, I appreciate your mind.
Thank you.
I am so glad you found a space
Thank you.
to just open it and explore and do so much more.
Yeah.
And then for the listeners and the viewers, already in the box is contact information, different things. You have social media,
Yeah.
so we'll be posting all of that information there.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, once again, just thank you for to the friend who told you at the wedding,
Yeah.
what about Rwanda?
Yeah.
And then you said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try and do.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing your talents here.
Yeah, and I might also say, I would like to say, thank you, Rwanda. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to express myself, to be able to bless you with my creativity that God gave me. Thank you so much.